there, and welcome to another episode of Facebook Live. We're super excited, and while I'm doing this Facebook Live, I thought we might as well, actually, this is Lauren's idea, because she rocks. We were thinking we might as well multitask, because I talk to patients all the time about trying to multitask when we're at work, because movement is something that our current day work environment sometimes is not very conducive to, but our body needs movement to de-stress itself. So one idea we've talked to patients about is if you have a desk, of course, get a standing desk. The other thing is every 3 to 4 hours during the day, you can go to Walmart and get one of those little plastic steps and just step up and down on it for about 5 to 10 minutes and kind of soothe your mind. There's also a little like kind of bicycle-y thing that you can put underneath your desk and move your legs, because multitasking allows you to conserve time, and time is something that a lot of us struggle with. So as we're talking on this Facebook Live, I'm just stepping on one of the surf set boards, and I love this thing because it really helps with balance. So another thing you could do too is those Bosu balls are very similar to what this does, kind of like, but this adjusts with height, hardness, if you and how mobile it is. And you'll find that when you're trying to balance, you'll be sore in a lot of these unique areas, including all my feet muscles get really tired, and other muscles that I normally don't use but are important, because balance is really important for our brain, especially as we age. So if I'm wobbling back and forth, it's just because I'm on this thing. And don't forget that you do have the opportunity to multitask at work, at home. I mean, I don't know if I could cook on this thing, but I could try. I mean, gosh, love it as long as there's not an open flame, because I probably fall into it. Okay. So let me think. As far as activities over the last weekend, I know it was Easter weekend, so we didn't have a lot of activities then. But of course, in activities that are coming up, we have Women in Weights, and we're super excited. Again, that program is built around just the weight room. So as a female, when I was growing up, I remember going into the weight room. My loving spouse, I went to high school with, and we've been together since I was 16, and he's like super smart. So everyone would follow him lifting heavy weights, and me and my friend were in the weight room, and I'd be like, whoa, whoa. And so we didn't have the best technique. So it's been wonderful as an adult starting to get more comfortable with weights and work out with people, and it's just scary because we never learned. So Lauren is doing Weights with Women. Don't forget to sign up for that. You could come in, you could be a member of the Jayhawk Club, or drop in for the class. It's awesome because just get comfortable with lifting weights. We need to be strong as we age as women, and lifting weights is a way to do that. And then sometimes if you just understand how to lift weights, you can also be kind of innovative, and you can even do body weight at home, man. It's like so not hard, but it is important. The other thing, of course, we have our boxing stuff go on, and so I had the opportunity to teach boxing these last couple of Saturdays, and it was so fun. And holding mitts up for people is so much different than hitting them yourself, and I look forward with time to continuing to gain expertise in that, because it really makes your shoulders more sore in a different way than punching. So anyway, that was super fun. And oh my gosh, can I also tell you, there's one patient this week that ultimately rocked the Fat Club, let me tell you. And don't forget to look at this 5 pounds of fat. She has actually lost 20 pounds of fat in a few months, okay? So let me tell you how she did it. She moved the 10,000 steps. She ate over 100 grams of protein a day. And then some medication we gave her, just some phentermine to help. And I said, with that phentermine, do not eat. Use that energy to eat the right foods. Because before, she was not eating hardly anything, and she was gaining weight. And now she's eating more and moving more and lost 20 pounds of fat, and she's upped her muscle mass. So I am so pumped for her, because she's just like, what do I gotta do? And I go, do this, this, this. Okay. And she has not, she's just rocking it. So kudos to her. And I just think that's a really super inspirational story. So then I think coming up, let's see, what other things do we have? I think we have another thing at the Circle S Ranch in May. We also have our blood drive in May, and that will be one of the last days that the interns are here. So they have done such a great job, and we're super excited to work with them. And the other thing I was going to bring up today is our MG53 clinical trial study. So what the heck is this? So mark your calendars, and if you want to do a secret or you want to do a CO2, sign up for this rockin' awesome study. So this study is a collaborative effort with Madoga Health, but as well as Dr. Ma. So Dr. Ma is at the Ohio State University, and he has patented the protein MG53. So what the heck is MG53? Well, it's a biologic. So a biologic means it comes from your body. So he figured out the protein that if this is the cell membrane and I poke a hole, it's the part of the protein of the cell that goes up and seals up the hole. So if you have injured tissue and you put this cream on it, it heals like a rockin' awesome champion. So So what we're doing is we're quantifying the amount of collagen that we have in our skin before the procedure, and then we do his MG53 on one half of the face, and then we use like Epion's products on the other half of the face. And then we measure both like subjective assessment, which is your pictures, and we combine that with the collagen content by our little machine that measures collagen. So I've used the MG, the first time I heard about it, I'm like, this is rockin' awesome. So I lasered my face and lasered my stomach. And so I've done this already. And I totally am a believer because the part that I CO2'd healed up like 3 days, so much faster than the other side. And I've got to use the MG53 cream on other wounds for other patients, and wow, it does great. So the other great thing for you as a patient or a potential client is that when you come in and do this, you get $100 off your treatment, and then you get free topicals afterwards as long as you complete kind of some of the questionnaires that we have and do the collagen assessment. So you get to help change the world and help bring MG53 out to people so that they heal better and feel better, and you get to save a little money at the same time. So anyone that wants to get signed up, don't forget to ask us, because that's going to start here in the next month or so. So, and you can secret anywhere on your body and still be part of the clinical trial. You could do your face and your neck, you could do cellulite, you could do your stomach, it's anywhere. So we are so pumped to do this with them because we love to try to advance the concept of wellness. So, yay. And then our supplement is we're just going to talk about collagen. So collagen is that part of our skin that kind of makes it thick and gives it a lot of structure. And as we walk on this beautiful planet, it's one of those kind of components of skin that gets stretched and thinner. So our skin kind of doesn't look the same. It's not as thick anymore. But the cool thing about our body is it's regenerative. From the day you're created until the day you die, your body wants to heal itself. It just wants you to speak its language. So if you notice that your collagen is going down, we can always do procedures to help. But the other thing too is this collagen really helps your GI tract heal, and it can also give a substrate or an ingredient for your skin, for your hair to improve. So anyway, I just wanted to stress the importance of collagen, and this is one of the products that we do carry. It's an orthomolecular product. We also have a Designs for Health product that also has collagen in it called our hair and skin formula. So collagen is awesome. So there's collagen. Okay. And then today we are talking about the summer body. And I told Lauren if I get too excited and I get too off, kind of track, to let me know and rein me back in. So feel free if you're watching this and I'm getting off task to say, hey Sam, get back on task. Okay, we got this. So I made some notes to myself over here. But the first thing is, if you think about a summer body, some of the services that we have would include, like guys, they get back hair. And I can tell you, I have shaved many a back. And so that being said, they don't like to go out in the sun with their hairy back, and laser hair removal of your back is so smoking easy, and it really is super cost effective, so you don't have to have a hairy back if you don't want one. So that's easy. The second thing, a lot of times I don't realize that guys don't like to take off their shirts because they sometimes have some man boobs. Well, you know what? It happens to so many people, and it's not weird and it's not bad. It's just what our body does. But you know what? That's easy. That's easy to come off. Just cool sculpt them off. It's like so smoking easy, and they go away. And you can take your shirt off and run around circles and feel super confident about yourself. But you should be confident about yourself no matter what. So then sometimes it's our abdominal area that can bother us, and you can also cool sculpt that. If you have stretch marks, or if you have another complaint that you'll hear a lot from females is we're worried about wearing shorts because we think our legs don't look the same that they used to look, and sometimes our skin looks like it's falling down. So when you can secret your legs just as much as you can secret your stomach, and the collagen regenerates and it gets thicker, and the stretch marks really kind of start to go away, and your cellulite looks so much better too. So I just think that's super fun, because life is hard, your body's smoking easy actually. Your body is a regenerative machine that carries you from the day you're created until the day you die, and it wants to get better if you just give it the opportunity. This week, the more I've talked to patients, I kind of like, what is it exactly that we do here? But I think I've summed it up with lesser sentences than I have before. And I just think of us each as we're all little spiritual kindergartners, and we're in a robot body, right? Our bodies have no emotion. All the emotion is in who I am. My body's like, dude, I just want to carry it from the day you're created until the day you die. And I want every step you make to be great steps that fill you with love and energy. So really what I love to do is I love to listen to people talk about what it's like to live in the robot, because it helps me know how it feels to drive it, because we all are kind of the same in that we're human, but we're all different in that we're individuals. So literally, by listening to you, I hear what your body wants. So in a roundabout way, I just consider myself, and what we do, we are body mechanics. And we are body mechanics trying to help your body regenerate itself because it's talking to us if we just learn its language. So anyway, in a few words. Okay, so the other thing I was going to say is the body for the summer. Okay, well, what is an ideal body? Well, an ideal body is different for different people. And I think the more I talk about it, the more I was like, I just want to talk about the fact that we're all awesome for who we are. And when we take our shirt and our shirt off and our swimsuit, or we have our swim trunks on, sometimes we feel like we're like, oh, I just don't look good enough. Really? Like, who the heck cares? So I am somewhat of a different individual, which I would just say that we all think that if someone has like abs or if they look super muscly, then that makes them be super great. Well, you know what? Everybody's great. So I think the ideal summer body is just who you are. And I think you're amazing for who you are. And there's procedures and things you can do for your body to help out. But if you don't want to do those things too, then awesome. So I think a lot of times when we get in big groups, we think certain things are more beautiful or maybe more things to shoot for. But what you find is that a lot of people could look really good, but they feel like they struggle a lot inside. And that doesn't feel very good. And a lot of people who might have something that has happened on the outside are really happy on the inside. So that's a great day for them. So really, what the heck does it matter? Just do some cannonballs, dive in the pool, have a great day, jump around, get wet, hang out with friends, have a great day. So the summer body is your ultimate body, but your ultimate body is who you are. So I wouldn't want you to be anybody different. And let's see, there was something else I was going to say. Swimsuit? Nothing. Oh yeah, I just read, and then if you wanted, but the other thing I wanted to say too is that a lot of times you'll hear people come in and they'll say, I'm going to Mexico in 2 weeks and I'm going to look awesome. You know what? You cannot flip your body in 2 weeks. I'm not going to lie to you, because if I said you could, I think that wouldn't be true. So when you think about our body, one thing too that people will a lot of times complain about is their stomach, and they will come in and say, oh, I've got this fat here and I'm doing all these abs and it's not going away. Well, this is probably why. When you do ab work, you're strengthening your core muscles, but you're not doing anything to make your fat go away, right? Your fat is a bank. So all of your fat cells are banked in your body by the time you're 20. So women, because we have estrogen, tend to have a higher body fat percent than men at the age of 20. So our subcutaneous fat cells are like Ziploc bags. So whenever my body gets stressed, it will pack on the Ziploc bags because it's filling fat in to protect me. But when I get unstressed, the Ziploc bags go down. Well, we are all predisposed genetically to have our Ziploc bags in different areas. So some women carry it here, some women carry it here, some women carry it here, and then we go to our arms. Sometimes we get it here. It just kind of, sometimes we get like here, like bra fat. The first place to put on body fat is the last place to lose. So it's really empowering for people, I feel like, with Cool Sculpting at times when they come in and they say, oh my gosh, this part I can never lose. And so you start to believe you can never change your body. But you can. Life is hard, your body's easy. So if you come and you Cool Sculpt that area off, they're like, woo, this is awesome, and it went away. And I go, I know. But when you start to lose weight, if you're trying to lose weight and become a stronger, leaner version of yourself, then the last place to put on body fat is the first place to lose. So a lot of times we'll start here and then we kind of work down. The other thing too that happens is if your body is stressed out, it always puts on body fat. It does, except for some patients tend to get more catabolic and they just are a little bit smaller framed and their muscle mass goes down. So that's a little bit different body type, but the majority of us have put on body fat, reduce muscle mass. So why in the heck would my body put on reduce muscle and increase fat? Well, you have to think of it from your body's perspective, right? Your body's your best friend. It's been with you your whole life. And so your body has been alive in nature for a long time. Like all that information is in your genomic composition, okay? So you think about it, our body evolved in a cave. That's what I tell everyone. And so when you're in the cave, a chronic stress is famine. So in a famine, is there food? No, it's dry and there's no calories out there. So your body wants you to be a hibernating bear. So if you're a hibernating bear, your body wants you to not eat much food, and your muscle is what burns calories. So the last thing it wants you to do is be expensive and eat a lot of food, because you die and then your body couldn't do its job. So what your body wants to do is it wants to up body fat, reduce muscle mass to make you a cheap date. So when you wake up and the drought's okay, you're still alive because your body wants to do its job and it does it really good. So if you try to all of a sudden starve yourself for 2 weeks, well, maybe you might lose a little weight, but you're not losing it because you're losing fat. You're just losing muscle, and you're becoming weaker, and then you hurt yourself. Well, that's totally a bummer. Plus, when you look at yourself in the mirror, you might weigh less on the scale, but you don't look very much different. So I always try to encourage folks to be a stronger, leaner version of themselves, and that just means you want to maintain, if not increase, muscle mass, and you want to reduce body fat, because your body fat percent is how you look, and it's how we look that people usually kind of key in on. So, and usually people have to eat more than what they're eating. They just need to eat more of the right foods. So eating is super important in this, and that is why, okay, now it's mid-April, and Memorial Day is next month. So if we really wanted to get on looking really great for summer, you gotta start now. But as you start now, don't make it too hard on yourself, because when you look at the law of nature is all about energy conservation. So if you apply too much energy to, I gotta eat this, and I gotta move this much, and I gotta be sure I do this, that, that's exhausting. Life's exhausting. We evolved in a cave, make it easier. And the easier plan you have, the more sustainable it is. So I tell folks, walk 10,000 steps a day. If you walk 10,000 steps a day and you're getting that, well then let's increase that and maybe do some high intensity interval stuff and a couple hours of weight, not a couple hours, but a couple times of weightlifting in a week. That should be plenty, right? Eating. I always recommend that every female eat over 100 grams of protein a day, and every male eat at least over 200 grams of protein a day, or shoot for that. But don't make it hard. You know, don't feel like you have to eat, I've got to make all these pre-prepared meals and do this and that. And if you love to make pre-prepared meals, I'm so pumped for you. But I don't like to stop. I like to keep, oh, that was fun. I like to keep moving. So it's trimming off. But I'm gonna go this way again. Okay, so then what I'll do is I do eat a lot of meal replacements when I'm at work. And that's not because that's the best for me, but you know what? That is what it works in my life. So you have to kind of figure out, what can you do in your life? Because I don't want to make you me. I don't want to make me you. I just want you to be your best you, me to be my best me, and then we play, and it's fun. So there you go. So we talked about movement, we talked about eating, and then sleep. You know, if you're not sleeping because you can't sleep, that's one thing. But if you're not sleeping because you're not allowing yourself time to sleep, that's a different thing. And some people need 6 hours of sleep, some people need 10, some people need 8. You just gotta go with who you are, and don't try to make yourself everyone else. And you wanna make sure your gastrointestinal tract is happy. When I say happy, if you're bloated and you can't poop and you have heartburn all the time, it's not happy. We should fix that. And really, just make your plan of health easy. So if you're thinking about summer and wanting the ultimate body, you are the ultimate body already, because you're amazing. But make your plan to try to get in the strongest, leanest version of yourself as simple as possible, because if you make it too complex, it's crazy and it's not sustainable. And the true answer of nature is not a really complex answer, because that's anti the rule of nature. Everything in nature is built off of energy and energy conservation. And your body wants you to be totally de-stressed as you age, for you to be the strongest, leanest version of yourself. So as we age, a lot of people will be like, oh, it gets so much harder to lose weight. And that's because aging is a chronic stress on the body, and chronic stress at body fat reduces muscle mass. It just requires you to be more mindful of your body's balance and of that beautiful kind of body that harbors and carries you throughout life. So I think that's all I wanted to say. But if you have a pocket of fat that bums you out, you know what, that's easy. If you have hair in an area you don't want, so easy, especially gals, the hair that grows down our legs as we age that you really aren't so happy about, we got that. Let's see, we can do, like I said, cellulite, stretch marks, body fat in areas you prefer not. I mean, it's just super easy. So anyway, if you have questions, let us know. And Lauren, are there anybody that has asked a question?
Yeah, we actually have a couple points too here, is that, okay, you know, we talk about these programs that we have going on really all through the summer. So
yes,
if people are concerned about getting started, or feel like they lack support or feel like they're alone, that we're going to be involved and attending and part of all those programs. We even have reminders for people via text message to walk or to come walk with us who are interested in that. So if you feel like you are stuck, we are here for you.
Absolutely. Never feel alone, because we just want to get the message out that, hey, just start somewhere, and we're a community of people that just want to help people have a great day.
And we have a question,
okay,
about meal replacements, on what you recommend or you prefer.
So on meal replacements, what I'll do is I always try to look for a protein bar that, number one, I like, because if you give me something I don't like, I won't eat it. And so I always like a meal replacement that has like higher protein, lower carb, just because sometimes it just helps me get my protein in every day. So how I look at the day every day is I wake up and I'm like, all right, Sam, you need 100 grams of protein. Where are you going to get it? And I plan out where that is, and that's basically, and then I also know what foods have a higher sugar content or glycemic index, and I try to be really choosy on what I choose because I don't want to give a whole bunch of my carbohydrate intake to things that are important to me. So what was the question? Oh, it was about meal replacements. So I eat Quest bars a lot. I'm not saying Quest bars are what everyone loves. Some people don't like that texture, but to me, I'm cool with that. So there's also the Inflammacore shakes that I really love that we have here too, and it makes my stomach really happy. So I'll wake up and have breakfast, but then I'll do like every 3 to 4 hours when I'm at work, I'll either eat half a bar or a whole bar. And then when I go home, I'll eat dinner. So and you could always pack other things like nuts or hummus or like apples and peanut butter and string cheese, stuff like that too, or other things that you could do. Now, there's also, One bars. I'm really careful about those, about Cliff bars and Kind bars sometimes because they just have higher carbohydrates, and I'm advancing in age. And so I just try to be really choosy where I give my carbs. Now, when you look at a Quest bar and you flip it up, it'll say, but Sam, there's like 20 plus grams of carbs. Yep, but there's about at least 14 grams of dietary fiber, and there's also several grams of erythritol in there. So that just means that there's like at least 16 grams of carbs that are non-digestible. So non-digestible carbohydrates don't count in my carbohydrate content of the day. So anyway, I just try to look for a protein bar with lower net carbs, because sometimes some of the Cliff bars have like 40 grams of carbs in them, and I'm just giving too much carbohydrates away to a bar, and it's just not important to me. So I try not to do that. Not to say other people can't do it, but I just don't. And then, so I think, but you have to find a meal replacement you like, because if I tell you, I love this one, and you taste it, you're like, ugh, you're not gonna eat it. So you just want to, and there's some nutrition stores that sell them individually, so maybe one time you just go and you pick up different ones and taste them and figure out the ones that you like. And protein pancakes are really good, by the way. So a lot of times I'll make protein pancakes, and I'll put them in little packets, and I'll eat those too. I think they're yummy.
And what about depending on your physical activity level? There's a question about that. Depending on your
about how much you eat.
About what your meal replacements should be or when they should be.
Okay, so usually you want to eat a protein within 30 minutes of working out in the big scope of life. Now, if I'm walking 10,000 steps a day, I'm not going to micromanage your eating. I mean, but if I'm, like when I was really doing high intensity interval training, I really tried to eat within 30 minutes of when I worked out, because if I'm breaking down my muscle fibers, I want to feed them right after I broke them out so I can get more bang for my buck. Because if you undereat and you do high intensity interval training, it's going to be harder for you to gain muscle mass. You put the time in to do your workout, but why wouldn't you put the time in to feed what you broke down so it builds up? So that's what muscle building is. Muscle building is your body repairing and healing. And if you don't give it the ingredients to do so, it can't do as good a job.
Is it bad to eat more than 1 bar a day, or to consume protein powder, even if it's Inflammacore, more than 1 time a day?
So, I mean, you could hear like so many different things about that, but I just think if you like to do that, and if that works for you, I think if you don't have to do that all day, every day, indefinitely, that is great not to do it all the time, because you miss out on a lot of other micronutrients and other nutritional intake. But like when I'm at work, like I said, I'll eat like 2 or 3 Quest bars a day. My husband doesn't do that because he's like, oh, I can't do that, but I can. But that's what makes us individuals. And so I just know I want 100 grams of protein every day. And I try to eat whole foods simply when I'm at home in the morning or at night or on the weekends when I have time. But I am not a girl that's going to take time to meal prep. I'm not a girl that's going to walk to the refrigerator to eat. And I personally feel that eating something is better than eating nothing. Because if I eat nothing all day long, I go home and I will eat the wrong foods. So if you start out in your day and you're eating the right way, then you don't tend to overeat as much at night either. So don't make it too hard. So I know there's lots of different papers and lots of different books and lots of different theories. I'm just sharing with you what my theory is and kind of how I live my life. But there is a limit in the amount of protein that you can take in at like one setting for your body to absorb. And I encourage a lot of people, if they're not allergic to eggs or egg whites, to put like a half a cup of egg whites in their protein powder, because that increases the protein content of that shake to over 40 grams. Because sometimes people really struggle with how do they get enough protein in their day.
And are egg whites safe to eat uncooked?
Yes. So egg whites in the carton, which are on top of where all the little cartons are, they're pasteurized, so there's no salmonella or shigella, and you are not going to die or poop your pants for eating them. That's always good to know.
I think that's all the questions that we've got going on. We have a really busy May. A lot of fun activities for people to attend in May.
We do.
Starting with that May 10th is the blood drive.
Yep.
And then May 11th is when we are at Circle Ranch. And what's great about this time around with Circle Ranch is that there's just going to be great speakers and all kinds of activities. We're going to have some, walking outside with meditation, and they have somebody coming in to help you make your own signature scent. It's like your own perfume. So it's a really great event, and it was just a hit the first time around. And they're even more excited this time with the beautiful weather that we're going to have come May.
Oh, that is so awesome. And I'm really excited for next week too, because next week we have a patient that said she'd be our guest. And she was just going to share about her personal experience and how she feels, and that when you feel the part of us that makes us human too, and when I say it's the part of us that makes us human, it happens in all of us. So when your body gets deficient on energy and gets tired, it ruminates, and it also starts to feel really alone. And when we feel really alone, we feel like we're the only ones. Well, if we're human, and so many of us are deficient on energy, we're not alone. We're just all feeling the same thing. So she was just going to kind of share with her experience that it is okay to feel good within yourself. It's okay to it's okay to want more for yourself than just being tired all the time. It's easy when you feel tired all the time to just say, I guess this is it. But your body doesn't want that for you. We just got to figure out what it wants and give it a little energy and get back on the bicycle, and we can get that. So I'm excited to have her come. And then I'm also excited to go back up to Iowa tomorrow to kind of work on opening our sister clinic there in the Des Moines area, so we can help Des Moines have a better day too. So we'll see you next week. We're excited for our special guest, and then we'll just continue every day to try to be the best day it can be, and thank you for watching us.